What happens when you believe you're taking steroids? In 1972, a researcher named Gideon Ariel told 15 strong lifters that he was going to give them steroids. The study would last for 11 weeks, and the lifters who made the most improvement in the first 7 weeks of training would be picked as winners and receive the steroids for the remaining 4 weeks of the training. Only thing was that the researchers were lying to the athletes. After the initial 7 weeks of training, 6 winners were picked on random, and these 6 lifters were told that they were receiving steroids for the last 4 weeks of training, when in reality, they were receiving placebo pills. And then the really weird thing happened. The athletes trained for another 4 weeks and crushed their previous weights. Before the placebo pills, the lifters added an average of 2.5 kilos to their squat in the first 7 weeks of training. After only 4 weeks of additional training, when they believed they were getting steroids, they added an additional 19 kilos to their squats. That's a 7-fold difference in half the time. And the same thing happened in the other exercises they were training. In the first 7 weeks of training, they added 4.5 kilos on average to their bench press. In the last 4 weeks, when they believed they were getting steroids but only got placebo pills, they added an additional 13 kilos to their bench. In the military press, where they only gained 1 kilo on average in the first 7 weeks of training, they added an additional 8 kilos during the last 4 weeks when they thought they were getting steroids. Now, these are unusually strong placebo effects, and the average placebo effect is usually smaller. But there is still a very strong, tangible benefit to believing that something is gonna work. I'm not sure how you're gonna use this other than maybe having a friend trick you into believing that he's giving you steroids. But it does point to one thing. You might have a lot of untapped potential inside of you, and it's just waiting to come out. Hit follow for daily tips on training.